Welcome to my channel. My name is Emily and today I'm going to be doing my wrap up for January. I was about to say February. Good save. Usually with these videos I start with the haul, so I'm going to go through the haul and I added up on my TBR total up here. I think it's on this side, it might be on that side, I'm not 100% sure. One of those. Yeah, add them up so I can see how much my actual physical TBR is. So that's always fun. And my goal is to try and get it down, which I actually haven't made a goal of how much I want to get it further down to, but we'll figure it out as we go. Anyway, so we'll start with the haul. So I've been actually recording all my hauled books in here, and it's in its own section so I can actually count how many books I've hauled this year, so hopefully it will tell me to stop at some point. Hopefully. We don't know, but we'll see. Anyway, I only have some of the books, but I'll just go through them and I'll put pictures of what the books are. You might probably can see one of the books up here that I've hauled this year. There'll be a video coming about it like in a week or two, so stay tuned for that. So I got 2 Sarah J Maas books, so I'm trying to finish collecting the series for Photoglass. So I got Heir of Fire, which is the 3rd book, and Empire of Storm, which I'm pretty sure is the 5th book. The only book we need is the 6th book to finish the collection. I got These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong. Yeah, I'm hoping to read that this month coming, so it seems like a really interesting book. And I also got Law by Alexandra Bracken, and I don't know much about it, but it seems interesting enough. It kind of feels like adult Percy Jackson, and I'm kind of keen for that. And the rest of the books I got are all from the Keeper of the Lost City series, because I enjoyed the first one. I was like, oh, I might as well get the next couple of books, and then they had a sale at my local bookstore that all the books like in the series were $10 each. I'm like, that's actually really good from like $16, so I'm getting it. There's Exile, Everblaze, Legacy, Flashback, Lodestar, Neverseen, and Nightfall. I know 100% sure which order they're all in, but oh well. So they're all the books I hauled, and that was 11 books in total, so oh god. Oh no. So now let's get into the books I read. So I'm gonna put the stats up on the screen quickly, so how many pages I read and average like star rating, so that'll be interesting. I read 5 books this month, which I'm pretty proud of because I've been in a little bit of a slump of reading because I'm still trying to read A Clash of Kings by George R.R. Martin, and it's taken me over a month to read. I did take a break from it in the middle of this month because I was sick of it and I just wanted to move on to another book. So I started reading another book and I've just gone back into it in the last week, so fingers crossed I finish it hopefully in the beginning of February. Fingers crossed. Anyway, let's start with the books I read. So one book I read this month is Anne of Green Gables by L.M. Montgomery. So I've heard a lot about this book and I was like, I'm keen to read it. I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to enjoy it or not because I'm not a biggest fan of classics, but I can honestly say if you are wanting to get into classics, Anne of Green Gables is a really good start because it's just an easy book you can get into. It's not deep, it's not crazy, it's just simple. So yeah, that's really good. I gave it 4 stars and it was really good. I did enjoy it. Next, I finished this book literally like a couple of hours ago, so it's still really fresh in my mind, and that is Skullduggery Pleasant Playing with Fire. This is the 2nd book in the series. This is my partner's book, so I won't add it to the TBR pile, taken off my TBR list. It was a good book. I enjoyed it at the very least. I gave it 4 stars. That was good. Can't complain about the story too much. It was pretty decent, so I don't know what else to say. I don't want to say anything about the book because it's kind of spoils what happened in the last book, and yeah, and it's about a dead guy, and he's pretty cool. I will have to admit that. Next, I read Keeper of the Lost Cities by Shannon Messenger. I gave this one 4 stars as well. It was pretty good. I actually enjoyed it a lot. It was a pretty decent middle grade. it kind of, it felt different to a lot of middle grades I have read in the past, so I'm really keen on the ideas and seeing how much what happens in the next couple of books and seeing what happens. And also I'm not keen to read them because they're very chunky middle grades. Like one of them is like 800 pages. Like who makes a middle grade 800 pages? They're meant to be simple books you can just sit down and read. Anyway, so this one was only like 400 pages, so it's still like pretty good, pretty decent. So next on my list was Darkly Dreaming Dexter. I obviously did not read this whole book because it's an omnibus. I only read one book and that was enough. I kind of got a bit bored with the characters. It was just a little, like, well, not overbearing, but it was like a bit creepy, and I know I just didn't like it. And like Dexter calling him like his dark side, like dark passenger, was just weird, and it wasn't the biggest fan, but I gave it 3 stars, so it was alright. But even then, like the twist that happened at the end of the first book was like literally a twist I think that happened in like season 4 of the series, so I don't know. I haven't actually watched the TV show from front to end, so I don't actually know where the twist comes in, but I know it happens like somewhat halfway through the series, not in the first like season, so I don't know. Next is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Scwab. So this one I gave 5 stars. I actually really loved it. I slammed through this book. It was so beautiful to read. It was so quick to read. I really did enjoy the story, and I kind of did predict the ending, but not exactly, so it made it so nice and heartwarming at the end. I nearly cried. It was a really good story, and I understand the backlash behind this book, and I definitely don't agree with that, but in terms of the writing style, it's just such a beautiful book. Next, we have my TBR for next month. So usually I do like a readathon to pre-cover my prompts, but this month I decided not to, and I have a massive TBR because I'm like, I want to get through the series that I've already started and, you know, actually get to them. But we'll see about that because a lot of two of the series are like massive, so I don't know how I'm going to get through them, but we will see. So I'll mention the first book on my list. So I've got 6 books in total for my TBR for February, and I know I'm not going to get through them, but I'm going to try and get through as much as I can because I feel like that's as good as I can do. But it's just the books I want to get done soon. Anyway, so the first book is A Wolf for a Spell by Kara Sutton. So this one is the middle grade monthly pick for February. I don't have the book yet. We've requested it from the library, so hopefully I'll be able to get it in February at some point. Otherwise I can read it online, which I prefer not to do, but we'll see how that goes. As I said, just have to see how it goes. Yeah, so I'm doing a video for that. Hopefully it'll come out at the beginning of March. Yeah, just depends on when I get this book and when I can read it, everything else, so fingers crossed. So next is James and the Giant Peach by Roald Dahl. So I grew up with Roald Dahl's books and absolutely enjoyed them. Like, I loved them. They were just something nice to read. I read a lot of his books. I didn't read all, but I did read a few of his books growing up, and I thoroughly enjoyed them. So I picked this book because for the Buzzwordathon, so you pick, like, they have like a word every month that you need to pick. So this one's theme, February's theme is colour. So I'm going with peach is colour, like, you know, peach is a colour, so that's why I've chose this one. And it's like a small book that I can get through with, like, at least I could read this in one sitting if I wanted to, but I'll probably spend it out to 2 to 3 days just so I've got something to read and I'm not, you know, trying to rush myself to read so many books. So next I have the 3rd book in the Skullduggery Pleasant series, The Faceless ones by Landy. This one's pretty. It has got blue sprayed edges, but it's very old because this like came out like when the book was first released, so that's pretty cool, and it's blue edged, and I love it. Anyway, I'm looking forward to what happens, so I'm trying to put this next books in the series that I've read so I can actually get to them. I just don't want to put it at these and then be like, oh, I don't need to get to it, and it's like, but I forgot half the things that happened in the first book and I don't want to reread the first book. So yes, books. I'm trying to keep the series a priority, but at the same time I need breaks from series. Next I have Gemina, the second book in the Illuminae files by Amie Kaufman and Kristoff. So this is chunky, but it's actually a pretty easy read, especially with Illuminae, that was a pretty quick read. So I'm hoping Gemina will be a decent read as well. It might take me about a week to get through, but yeah, I love the different aspects that they have in the book, and I really want to get through the series because I heard the last book is like a roller coaster, and from what I've heard about Kristoff's writing, you're gonna have pain, and yeah, I really need to get used to that because I pre-ordered The Empire of the Vampire. Oh my god, I'm looking forward to it. But I also should probably haul Nevernight because apparently it's very similar in that same universe, so that'll be interesting. So yeah, this one's on the list. I feel like I definitely need to read it because it's been my TBR for the last 2 months, so definitely should get to this. Next on my list is Keeper of the Lost Cities, Exile. This is the second book in the series. Not as chunky as the last books in the series, but still pretty chunky. But I'm looking forward to seeing what happens in the next in this book after what happened in the last book. I'm keen to, you know, find out more about the Lost Cities and what that entails as well. Last but definitely not least is These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong. So this one I feel like is a definite must to read this month because one, it's Valentine's month, so obviously I want to read a good enemies to lovers romance, obviously, and also the reveal is coming for the cover for the last book in the series. I don't know, it's duology, so it's the next book, the last book in the series, and I'm looking forward to that. So it's a lot to be excited about for These Violent Delights, and yeah, I've got a video will be tagged up here for my unboxing of this book. It is gorgeous and I love it. I'm looking forward to reading it. So my camera just died and I can't be bothered putting batteries in it, so what I'm going to do is just sign off the video here. So if you enjoyed, please like, comment and subscribe for more content by me. Like, why not? If you enjoyed this video, comment your favorite book from January, or what book are you excited for in February. Like, for me, if the January favorite book was Addie LaRue, and my most anticipated book for February would be These Violent Delights, because I am absolutely excited for that book. Oh my god, everyone keeps hyping it and I want to jump on that hype train. So, if you enjoyed, yeah. Anyway, I will see you next time. Bye!